Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here, continuing to cook up this NBA action, man. Y'all know we do around the jam session. We cook up every single game, every single day. Yesterday, we cashed our NBA Player of the Day with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Yesterday was a money-making Monday. It was a great day for me overall, man. Just a really good day. And that was the day I needed, man. I needed a great turnaround day. We know last week was not my best week. It was actually probably my worst week thus far this season. But it's in the past. This is a money making week. Today's a money making Tuesday. It's a smaller card, just 5 games. But y'all know what we're here to do, man. We're finna cook it up and try to smash it per usual. I appreciate each and every one of you boys and girls that tune in and watch this video. If you appreciate the content that I do, all I ask is that you smash that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, if you rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Twitter all day long. There's a link for that in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site, including my NBA Player of the Day. Again, shout out to Cleveland Cavaliers. Hey, they're just as hot as the Clippers, man. Got down on them boys at the crib. Shout out them boys. I was also at my Mavs game yesterday. They didn't cover. I didn't bet them, though. I did not bet them yesterday. They were not on the premium side, but they did get the outright win. The curse is over. Everybody was trying to tell me I'm a curse because they had lost a couple of games in a row that I had been to. But they ended up getting the dub. Hey, it was a sweat, but they did come back and get them. Hell of a game to be at. Ran into Kyrie Irving after the game. If you guys follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you'll see the video. But just a really good day yesterday. And we're trying to keep all that momentum. I'm a momentum type of guy. Trying to keep it rolling forward into today. Smaller card, 5 games. We're going to cook it up and try to smash it per usual, though. I appreciate each and every one of you boys and girls. I really, really do. So without further ado, let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. All right, fellas. Let's do it. First game up, we got the Lake Show out on the road facing the Atlanta Hawks. Hawks laying 5.5 here in this one. It's kind of tough. Reason it's kind of tough is the Lakers looked terrible last night. We had the Rockets. Shout out the Rockets. Got it done at home like they typically do. But I didn't like what I saw from Los Angeles. Short, sweet, simple. I just didn't. Going back doing my homework, doing the recap and stuff when I got home last night, the Lakers, they just didn't have it last night. Looming over this game time decision, is LeBron James. I'm actually surprised Day-to-Day Davis is not on this injury report for the Hawks. DeJounte Murray game time decision and DeAndre Hunter. Hawks, they got a win in their last one. Beat the Raptors 126-125. In typical Hawks fashion, failed to cover. We know what's up here, man. You see it on your screen. 11-35 against the number are the Atlanta Hawks, bro. Hey. I lean towards the Lake Show Lakers. I hope LeBron plays. Even if he doesn't, though, Anthony Davis, who's not on the injury report again, surprised, should do enough to keep this game competitive in the least. Laying 5.5 points with the Hawks is insane. The worst home ATS team in the league. Stop it. Can't do it. Won't do it. Give me the Lake Show Lakers first game of the day. In all honesty, I think LeBron needs to play in this game. This is a must win for the Lakers, in my opinion. Like, they don't have too many spots for the remainder of the season where they're playing teams they're just better than. And I think I think the Lakers are just better than the Hawks. They definitely have the better talent. This should be a win. Like yesterday in Houston, I didn't really like the spot. This right here should be a Lakers win. And I think they need to approach it as so, especially if they want to have a decent seed in a really tough Western Conference this year. They got Boston coming up on Thursday. They got New York coming up. This should be a win, bro, for the Lakers. Then they got Charlotte. Then they got Denver. Then they got New Orleans. And they got Detroit. So they got some winnable games in there, but they got some really tough ones in there too. They need to win the winnable ones. And this is one of those. So I'm expecting Davis to have a really good game. I need Bron to play. I know it's a back end of a back-to-back, but hey, they need it. Give me the Lake Show Lakers plus the 5.5. Give them to me money line as well. As we've done all season, we are going to continue to fade the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks, remember, need I remind you, are the worst ATS team at this point in the season in NBA history. There's never been a team this bad against the number at this point in the season. The gift that keeps on giving is the Atlanta Hawks. The books continue to overprice this team. That's the main reason why they're so bad against the number. Why the hell are the Hawks laying 5.5 here? Why? I understand the Lakers are on the back end of a back-to-back, not a sexy spot. They didn't look good, but that still doesn't warrant Atlanta laying 5.5 on damn near anybody, especially not the Lake Show Lakers in a must-win spot, in my opinion. Lakers, first game of the day. Next game up, we got the Halliburtons, the Indiana Pacers, out on the road facing the Boston Celtics, the best team in the NBA. The Halliburtons, they're getting their tires, their engine, their motor, their windshield wipers, their transmission back tonight, man. They're getting the all-star guard, starter, Tyrese Halliburton back tonight, man. He will be played in a limited capacity type role, says Rick Carlisle. I don't know what that means. They didn't necessarily give a minutes restriction, but they said he's going to be coming back in like not full 100%, basically, is what they said. Here's the thing. I still like the Pacers plus the points in this one. The Celtics, they've failed to cover now in 3 straight home games. That's not bet on material. They did win yesterday, but I was at the Mavericks game and I was checking my phone and I was like, bro, the Celtics, what the hell is they doing? I didn't necessarily watch the game, of course, but to start that game, it looked like they were terrible. It looked like New Orleans was on their ass. They did come back and win the game, failed to cover. They did win the game. And I wouldn't be surprised if Boston won this game. Like, they only got 2 home losses on the season. But in that same breath, I think Indiana has a legitimate shot to win this game outright. Indiana has played Boston tough all season long. The season series between these two teams is 2-2. Remember, the Pacers beat the Celtics to get into the in-season tournament. Pacers always play these boys well. Pacers have kind of figured out things post-Siakam trade. Now we're going to see what it looks like with Halliburton being inserted back into the fold. Remember, limited capacity role, though. Not limited. Well, I don't know. Not 100%, basically, is all I'm trying to say. Not 100% style role for Halliburton. Still think the Pacers compete, and they have a shot to win it outright. They do have a shot to win this game outright. They do. We've already seen them beat them twice this year. Give me the Pacers plus the points. They're playing well right now. Boston on the back end of a back-to-back. They have played well in no-rest situations this season, the Celtics, but I think this one's a little different. I'm going to take the Pacers with the points in my back pocket. Next game up, we got the Utah Jazz out on the road facing the New York Knicks. Knicks laying 4.5 here in this one. Interesting game, to say the least. The Jazz, hey, a lot of people didn't like my Nets pick yesterday. I really liked the spot for the Nets yesterday, and they went in there and beat up on the Jazz. The Jazz on the road, bro, I just can't trust them. I just can't trust them. I'm on the Knicks in this one. I'm going to lay the 4.5 with New York. Knicks playing extremely well right now. Just beating up on really everybody they see last time we saw them. Or they played yesterday. Sorry. They beat up on Charlotte 113-92 on the road. Beat up on Miami. Beat up on Denver. Now they're back in the Garden. They've been hooping. This was also a revenge game as the Jazz beat the Knicks back in December on the 13th. 117-113 in Utah. I'm not surprised there. We know Utah balls out in Utah. 6th straight road game for the Jazz. Also back in of a back-to-back. Just not a great spot, in my opinion, for Utah, man. When they get back home, we're going to be on them. We're going to be on the Jazz when they get back home. They've been a money-making machine at home all season. But I like the Knicks here. The Knicks should get this one done. Should keep it rolling in this spot. Injury report-wise, I do see Anunoby game-time decision. Of course, we know Randall's out. And Fournier game-time decision. But Knicks for me here. We love fading the Jazz out on the road. When they lose on the road, bro, they get blown out. So I wouldn't even be mad at you guys looking like an alternate line, an extended line here with the Knicks trying to get some plus money. You should be fine there because the Jazz, again, when they lose on the road, they get their doors blown off. Knicks playing well. No need to overcomplicate it. Give me the New York Knicks to keep it rolling. Next game up, probably my least favorite game of the night. The Toronto Raptors have found themselves back on the do not bet list. I'm tired of this damn team. Just short, sweet, simple. I'm tired of the Raptors. So more often than not, I'm looking to fade them. Chicago, they are the better team, slightly. Am I really looking at late 6.5 with Chicago? Not necessarily. It's not a sexy spot for them either, coming off a pretty significant road trip. They just played 4 of their last 5 out on the road. They was alright out there. Beat Toronto 116-110, beat Memphis, beat Portland, but they lost to Phoenix and the Lake Show Lakers. Chicago does lead the season series 2-1. They won the first meeting 104-103. The Raptors won the second one in Toronto, and then the Bulls won the last one. We just talked about in Toronto as well. Bulls are the better team. Bulls should win this game. Not necessarily in love with it again. RJ Barrett out for the Toronto Raptors. Quickly game time decision, and Podol game time decision as well. Lean towards Chicago. Me personally, probably not betting this game though. I don't love laying points with Chicago in all honesty. Last game of the night. We got the Sixers on the road facing the Golden State Warriors. Sixers on the back end of a back-to-back, man. They got beat up yesterday by the Portland Trail Blazers. It's going to be their 5th road game in their last 6 games. Of course, injury report-wise, I believe Joel Embiid is still out. And I believe Maxey is game time decision right here as I sit right now. I really don't expect either of them to play, or at least the line right now would indicate that they're not playing. So, hey, Golden State, bro, they haven't been fun to bet. They haven't really been that great of a team. They're 5 games below 500 for a reason. But this should be a dub for them at the crib. It should be. It's a terrible spot for Philadelphia. 5th road game, last 6 games, on the back end of a back-to-back with travel. After getting their doors blown off, this should be a get-right spot for Golden State, who also has lost 4 of their last 5. This is going to be their 4th straight home game. They've been competing. They beat Atlanta at home, lost by 1 to Sac, lost by 1 to the Lake Show. They've been competing. TNT game, I could see Curry going crazy tonight. I'm just calling a spade a spade. Give me the Warriors. Give me the Warriors at home here. They should get it done. We'll see if they do. Should be a night for the light-skinned man, though. At home at the crib. Last and final game of the night. Taking the Warriors. And that's going to conclude this episode of my NBA Jam Session. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you boys and girls that tune in and watch this video. If you appreciate the content that I do, all I ask is that you smash that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you rockin' with me, rock with me. I'm active on Twitter all day long. There's a link for that in the description below. And, of course, I have premium plays over at the site, including that NBA play of the day, man. We did hit it yesterday. Looking to keep the momentum rolling forward on that. You guys can hop on something long-term. I offer, packages, however you want to do it, really. 3-day, weekly, monthly, seasonal, yearly. Hey, join something long-term. Let me help you make some money over an extended period of time. You can also join my All Access Club if you're a bigger bettor out there that enjoys betting the NBA nightly. Hey, we've been running really, really well in the All Access Club for the entire season. I called a spade a spade. I told y'all last week was probably my worst week in the NBA thus far this season. It's behind us. Started the week off on the right foot last night. Let's keep the momentum rolling forward, man. It's a money-making Tuesday. I appreciate each and every one of you boys and girls that tune in and watch this video. I really, really do. Let's smash it per usual. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs. See y'all tomorrow. I'm out of here.